Hello, happy new Hero Friday. How is everybody doing? Welcome back to another Marvel Champions live stream. Today is a special one. We only get these every couple of months. New hero. We have Magneto. Let's go, Gorismo, Darth Raven, Von Smith, Leroy. How's everyone doing? I am so pumped. I am so excited. I'm really looking forward to the cards that are coming in the Magneto Hero Pack, both from a hero side, but even more kind of from the aspect cards and the back of the pack cards, the cards that we're going to be able to use to modify deck building. And so, hype, let's go, Eugene. It's a little bit early. I got my coffee. We got coffee, so we're feeling pretty good. But what we're going to be doing is opening up and taking a first look at the pack, what comes in it, taking a look at some of the cards. While we're doing that, we're probably going to sleeve it because efficiency. And then we are going to be playing a game. We're gonna be playing a game, and typically what I try and do is modify the pre-con a little bit. A lot of the times the pre-cons don't really work that well, and so we're gonna try and take the concept of the pre-con, the idea of it, tweak it a little bit, and then take it up against somebody. So we're gonna have to figure out exactly who that is, but we'll figure it out. I wonder what cards are inside. We certainly don't have them all leaked weeks ago. That's fair. But it's still fun to look at the actual ones. Dodge all the leaks. Nice. Maybe Beast is wouldn't that be just the most insane thing? Just open it up, it's Beast. It's like, what? The last Champions product this year. It is crazy how fast this year went. I am so pumped for the Shield box. The Maria Hill article that dropped yesterday looks so cool. Honestly, his precon is pretty solid if you do the standard precon modifications. Nice. Well, that's good. He does look pretty solid. Magneto v Magneto has to be the first fight. I will do a Magneto v Magneto battle. Probably not the first fight. It's a little bit longer of a fight, and so I want to try and take him up against someone that is not as intense, just so I can. I want to ride my bike with the training wheels on first before I dive into Magneto. But I will definitely do a Magneto fight. Magneto v Magneto is something that needs to be done. Maybe Crossbones to get his electromagnetic blast. Ooh. I don't even know what electromagnetic blast is. I'm going to miss the X-Men phase. So many characters still missing, but excited for Shield and more. I am too, and I got a comment on one of the videos where someone was saying that they really appreciate how the cards being previewed in the Shield wave are written so that it can kind of work with any team, and I like that a lot. I think that's a pretty cool way that they're doing that, so you can lean into Avengers. A lot of the cards are written around like sharing a trait with your hero or something like that. And so we're still getting the mutant support, but we're also getting that Web Warrior and Avenger support and stuff. Generic trait support as opposed to shield support. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Yes. Finally catching a stream again. Been a few weeks. University is stressful. Happy New Hero Day, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I hope your university is going well. Hopefully coming up on a break here soon. Oh, because the Magneto ally. That makes sense. Nice. We get back to Brotherhood with Magneto. Alrighty, we got Eric here. It's so nice to have new cards. Eric, 3 recoveries. Survivor. After you change this form, we're going to shuffle the top 3 cards of your discard pile into our deck. We have a hand size of 6 and 10 hit points. The tire in the top right is very distracting. Oh, right here? That's funny, yeah. Oh, it's actually connected to a car. I was like, how is he controlling the tire? Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's rubber, it's not metal. But no, it is actually connected to a car. You can kind of see it right here. Fresh card sent. Yes, exactly. Magneto has, the 222 stat line, 5 hand size, 10 hit points with the magnetic pull action. Discard cards from the top of your deck until a magnetic card is discarded. Add that card to your hand. Limit once per round. So very, very similar to what we've seen on the villain side of Magneto's identity with the magnetic counters and everything. So effectively a 6 hand size, which is pretty awesome. 2/2/2 stat line down the line, 10 hit points, very good. X-Men traded as well, which amazing. White armor suits him good. I do like the white armor. I think that the white armor is really clean looking. We're going to break these up so that we're just looking at Magneto's cards. And then we'll come back to the other cards later. So Magneto, our first support in the kit is Asteroid M. So this is a 2-cost support wild resource icon. We can exhaust M to shuffle the topmost magnetic card in your discard pile into your deck and heal 1 damage from your identity. This is an alter ego only action. Kind of expensive for alter ego only. You do get to heal a damage, but you are setting it up so that when you flip up, your magnetic pull can be guaranteed to hit, because we'll see how many magnetic cards we have. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it all of them? I think it's every single one of them. So yeah, you can kind of guarantee what you're going to hit because you know you have 15 of them. And if you count your discard pile and you see that you only have 15, if you have 15 in there, shuffle it back in. Good morning. Can't wait to see how powerful he is. I'm pumped. Tires have metal wires infused with. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. I guess that makes sense, just from like a strength standpoint. But yeah, well, there you go. So he doesn't even need. So he's actually manipulating the car with the tire, is what you're saying. He's not even dealing with the car there. It's just the tire that he's dealing with. We got Magneto's helmet. This is a 3-cost upgrade. He gains steady. We can exhaust the helmet to generate a wild resource for a magnetic card. Very solid there. The fact that he gets steady is, I mean, I think just gonna be one of those traits that I kind of forget to put a ton of stock into. For some reason, I just don't evaluate steady as being like super great. It is. It 100% is. But whenever I see like this hero gets steady, I'm like, cool. Like it just doesn't excite me for whatever reason. But the fact that he's very resistant to status conditions, very good. This feels like something that you want to go superpower training to grab pretty quickly. I love that his cards are very similar to the villain cards. Same. Yeah. Woo! Expensive card cost. Oh, heck yeah. There's a Marvel Champions collection near you for sale. $250 for base, Red Skull, Galaxies, Mad Titans, Sinister Motives, Green Goblins, Mutant Genesis. All sleeved and in a box with dividers. Seems like such a good deal, but I don't know if I should jump on it. Big Lord of the Rings LCG guy, but this seems like a good deal. That, honestly, that does sound like a very, very good deal for Champions. What I would say is that if you enjoy Lord of the Rings, I don't think you are going to hate Marvel Champions. I think that you will probably enjoy Marvel Champions, but at that price, it's not going to be that hard to sell it again at that price if you don't. Steady is typically 1 ready per game. Oh yeah, okay. That's a cool way to look at it, Leroy. I like that. We've got his armor, so very similar to the villain side of Eric, but Magneto's armor. After you resolve the magnetic pull ability, which is his action on his hero side, if you discarded at least one of the following resource icons, if you discard a mental, you get +1 thwart, +1 attack for a punch, and then for a lightning, you get +1 defense. Hey, Pap, how's it going? That's pretty cool. So discard cards from the top of your deck until a magnetic card is discarded. Add that card to your hand. So the way that is worded is that even if the top card is a magnetic card, then you get to that card is still considered discarded, meaning that Magneto's armor will trigger and then you can pull it right back. I kind of like the idea of a digging deep here. I think a digging deep build will be kind of fun because of this discarding cards. So if you discard Digging Deep, you add it to your hand. It's a resource card. Or if you're playing like White Fox, you can get an ally into play. That feels pretty cool. I feel like that may be one of the first couple of builds that we try. I got into Marvel Champions from Lord of the Rings after watching your channel. It was very much worth it. Oh, sweet, nice, nice. We are the future, Charles. Not Nelson playing Digging Deep, baby. I haven't played Digging Deep in a hot second. I'm trying to remember the last time I pulled, probably Bishop. No, I don't even know if I did with Bishop because Bishop doesn't really work super well. It's kind of occupying the same space. Next up, we got Magneto's Cape. He's going to gain the aerial trait. And then after you resolve your magnetic pull ability, exhaust Magneto's Cape to ready Magneto. Amazing. Amazing stuff. I don't necessarily see a turn where you're not really triggering Magneto or magnetic pull. This is until the end of the round. So once you have the armor and the cape out, if you discard all three of these, it becomes a 3/3/3, and then you just get to ready him again. So, but I guess you would activate him only one time with the 2/2/2 stat line because then he would be exhausted, and then Magneto's armor would give him the additional stat boost, and then the cape would ready him. I actually have a hard time evaluating how good the armor is. I don't always get the stat you want, and only really get it for one activation. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think I would definitely prioritize the cape. Unless you're building specifically into a type of resource, and you can kind of lean into like all punch resources, you can kind of, increase the odds and the likelihood that you will hit that +1 attack, and lean into like the aggressive side of things. Or what you could do, I guess, just flood with like wilds, and then you get +1 to all your stats. Been working out, looking healthy. Thank you so very much. I have been. I've been writing, been doing a lot of cycling and enjoying that a lot. Sleep in on my day off? Nah, Mags is here. Morning. Hey, infectious zombie. How's it going? We got Magnetic Bubble continuing to just push that cost curve higher and higher. Is it printed? I don't think so. No, it doesn't say printed. It just says one of the following resource icons. So my guess, the way that I read that, is that wild can count as any of them. Magnetic Bubble, 3-cost upgrade, magnetic superpower. We're gonna get Retaliate 1. Whenever you would take any amount of damage, you place it here instead. Then if there's 6 damage here, we're gonna discard Magnetic Bubble. Okay, so I have mixed feelings on this card. 1, I like this as a player card. 2, I hate this as a villain card, and so I have just like horrendous nightmares when I think of Magnetic Bubble, because it has caused me to lose way too many games with Magneto. But now having it on my side, I'm kind of like, heck yeah, let's go. It feels very much like that ice wall thing, right? Where you're preventing damage. But I mean, Magnetic Bubble seems pretty good. One of the builds that I think I'm looking at right now that I want to try is to go kind of perfect defense with the Retaliate built in here. And even if you let some sneak by, then it gets placed here. Yeah, so you can really kind of guarantee the fact that you're not going to get hit for any damage. We got Wrapped in Metal. This is a 2-cost upgrade. We got 2 of these. Hero form only, meaning that we can only play it when we're in hero form. Attached to a non-elite minion. The attached minion cannot activate. Treat its printed text box as if it were blank. So Wrapped in Metal is Bring It On's best friend. Nelson can't play Bubble because Wrapped in Metal. I do want to try a 2-handed game now. I'm looking at Wrapped in Metal with like Vision. You can stay in Intangible and do like the Vision Intangible Minion Collector, and then use Wrapped in Metal to kind of help out with that a little bit. But yeah, I mean, Bring It On, draw a card for every single minion engaged with you. This is effectively Forest Snare, or kind of. I think it's a little bit better than Forest Snare in Lord of the Rings, but when you have a minion engaged with you, there's a ton of shenanigans that you can pull off. with other or with other player cards that you can just kind of manipulate your way into using them as like a resource. Card draw with Bring It On. There's a lot of really cool things that you can do there. And it blanks up the text box so you can hit a guard minion and all that good stuff. Got Electromagnetic Blast, 2-cost event. This is superpower. This is our first superpower card. Nope. Magnetic Bubble is also a superpower, but we have 2 of these. So potentially a depth focus play, but right now, not really. As a hero action, we can thwart, remove 3 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from the scheme, you may discard an attachment with the text hero action or hero response. Huh. I don't. It's really good when you can trigger it. How about that? It's really solid if and when you can trigger it. Getting all of the stars to line up to trigger that seems fairly challenging. 2 for 3 is not the best threat removal. That's a 1-to-1 threat removal, which we're kind of the most efficient. Or well, no. What I would consider an efficient card would be about 1.5 threat removal per cost, and so you would want to see like this be like 1 cost for 3 threat removal if there's no additional effect. The additional effect of being able to remove an attachment feels good. You just have to have an attachment and a scheme where you can do it. When you're looking at cards like our encounters like Venom Goblin and Glider Counter, and there's 3 schemes on the table, there's probably going to be an option for you to hit that. The other kind of funny thing about this card is that with more players, I think the worse it gets, because you don't necessarily want to spend 3 of your effective resources on 3 threat removal to remove a action. I guess there will be more attachments in a higher player count game, but also there's going to be more threat. So it's to hit the kicker, it's going to be harder. And then in a 4-player game, you can probably figure out who can remove the attachment the easiest. I feel like Eric has so much money and recursion that it's almost 1 cost. Okay, that's fair. Game vs. Crossbones, all the attachments to remove. Crossbones does sound kind of fun. I think Crossbones seems pretty fun. We got Metal Shards. I was really hoping for a little bit of a cheaper card, but Metal Shards, this is an attack. This is also a superpower, meaning that this is, with the 2 copies of this, is our 5th superpower card. Deals 7 damage to an enemy. If it defeats an enemy, gain a tough status card. Interesting. Okay. Metal Shards giving you that tough status card. It's a 3 for 7. It's so, I don't know, it's so weird. Hey chicken, how's it going? It's so weird. I think like there are some minions in the game where it's worth spending 4 resources to take out to get the tough status card. Other than that, you are looking at inefficiently paying, because I'm looking for 2 damage per cost, effective cost, right? So this is 4 effective cost, so I'd really kind of want 8 damage. That's the swinging web kick. But you can do it on stage 1 of the villain. 7 damage can push stage 1 of the villain pretty easily. Well, it'll be interesting. We'll see. I think for Magneto's armor, wild resources don't work because the card talks about icons and not resources. A wild icon cannot count as a different icon, but a wild resource can count as a different resource. Interesting. I wasn't familiar with that. Well, that's too bad. You discarded at least one of the following resource icons. Okay. We got Magnetic Missile. Feel like we need heroes that can challenge the big 3 villains on heroic difficulty in terms of strength. Oh, Magnus is near Doctor Strange in Spider-Ham level, just my opinion. Ooh. I feel like Tough is also just so good, and you can keep bringing it back. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Magnetic Missile. That's that. Before we talk about Magnetic Missile, that's a really good point. Is that 3 for 7, but you can play it multiple times every single deck pass because you can shuffle those cards back in with Asteroid M or with the Alter Ego ability. So that is nice. That is nice to be able to do that. And so you can devalue it a little bit, especially if you have your resource generator set up and you're ready to go. I'm so jealous in France Magneto is postponed. Oh no! I hope you get him soon. That's too bad. I'm sorry about that. Got magnetic missile. I I think wrapped in metal, yes. Magnetic missile, yes. Magnetic bubble, yes. But also the art is fairly parallel to the Magneto villain. Like this looks like the Magneto or the magnetic missile villain card, but like just with Magneto, you know, just doing not a sentinel. So that's pretty cool. This is the lowest cost card in this kit at 1. It's a event superpower. Discard a minion with wrapped in metal attached. Deal 5 damage to an enemy and stun it. So wrapped in metal is that 2-cost upgrade. I do like that combo. It's a fairly expensive combo, but if you do have dragon or actually non-elite, so if you do have like a giant sentinel 8 or something out there, you're spending 3-5 effective resources to get rid of it, but you are also doing 5 damage and stunning like probably the villain. So that's cool. I'm going to do a modified precon. So I'm going to take the precon, the idea of the precon, and then shake it up a little bit, and then try that. Yeah. Last 2 cards in his kit are Master of Magnetism. These are 2 resource cards with a lightning and a mental resource. 2 double. It is magnetic traded, so we can use magnetic pull to grab them. Also, pretty solid for Magneto's armor. I guess it gives you +1 thwart and +1 defense, so that's nice. It does look like we got 2 punch, 2 lightning, 2 mental, but these are lightning and mental, so I would say it's a fairly even distribution of resources around here. It's not a hard call, but it seems fine. Not a hard call. Magneto. Yeah. Yeah. Really interesting. I'm a little concerned with the cost, right? We're looking at one of the most expensive curves in the game. Now it does come with 2 doubles, so it does help offset that a little bit. I think in practice it'll be low on fist resources for the +1 attack. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And then that is also offset a little bit with the magnetic pull ability. We're looking at effectively a 6 hand size in hero form. On alter ego, or effectively, or if you start an alter ego and you flip up, you definitely can't get to like a 7 hand size. So that is alleviated a little bit. We do have his helmet here. Yep. And then def focus. Def focus, we're looking at 2, 4, 6, 7 cards. So def focus is in play. I don't necessarily think that it is. Yeah, no, I think it is in play. Actually, honestly, I would go team building exercise before def focus because nope, Magneto's not magnetic. Just kidding. Um so never mind. I would not. He is not magnetic, so we cannot use TBE to pay for magnetic cards. So yeah, I think a def focus is in play. TBE doesn't work though because he's not actually magnetic unless there's something that gives him the magnetic trait. Unfortunately, yeah, it doesn't look like we have anything. Oh, comparing magnetic missile to Maria's hard call. Oh, yes. Sorry. It's early. Magneto's not magnetic. I need a shirt. Quite a lot of expensive heroes in this wave. Iceman, Jubilee, Magneto. If you look at Maria Hill, there's one coming too. Yeah. Clarity of Purpose, if you stay. Ooh, Clarity of Purpose is good. Clarity of Purpose does get blocked by Magnetic Bubble, which is a little sad. But you can also just lean in and like not play Magnetic Bubble if you are planning on using Clarity of Purpose. Or sometimes I like to use Clarity of Purpose to kind of jumpstart and then leave it as kind of a target for like cut off guard or something like that. But magnetic bubble will interrupt and you will not take the damage. So, but I do like Def Focus. Um, yeah. My game says helmet, def, and extra was. Yeah, you got extra too. Yeah, yeah. X-Men are pretty cool. Helicarrier would help Magneto a lot, but I do not want to get on an aircraft with that guy. He has no airplane mode. That's true. Magnetic bubble seems great with substantial access to tough. Yeah. With metal shards, you're getting tough status card almost 90% of the time. How much does tough cost normally on its own? Um, I don't have a value for tough in my head. My gut reaction would say 2 resources, but I mean like invulnerability is 4 for a tough, so that's tough. Uh, that's a tough ask. That is basic, so that would probably be that's what I would typically consider the most expensive version of whatever you're evaluating. Yeah, the basic card that gives you tough costs 3, which is probably the worst cost you would see. Corset curve is weird though. Yeah, I think I would lean towards 2 to 3 as a just kind of thought. Let's look at his obligation. Blocking and attack is like 2 effective resource, maybe 3 an expert. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. We got old grievances. Oh my gosh, Professor X looks so scared here. Old grievances. This is our obligation. After you use your magnetic pull ability, take 1 damage for each card discarded. Ooh. Alter ego action. We can exhaust our alter ego to discard this card. Important that it is discarded, is not leave it out of or remove it from the game. It is discard, so there is that to consider. That we will probably see it multiple times, but it has no immediate impact on the game if you don't use the magnetic pull, or if you have the magnetic bubble, then you're fine. Symbiote suit seems kind of fun here. I'm not gonna lie. Symbiote suit seems really fun. Huh. Uh, I can't think of playing Wrapped in Metal on a beguiled Professor X and missing him right after. Oh, jeez. We have Exodus. So this is our minion here, our Nemesis minion, 226, steady toughness, villainous. After he attacks you, discard cards from the top of your deck equal to his total attack. Wow, that's kind of brutal. Yeah, he's not a nice Nemesis minion. 2/2 villainous with toughness. Ugh. He is elite, so we can't wrap him in metal or anything like that. We can go metal shards and take him out that way. But I mean, that's no joke. That's no joke right there. When we do get our Nemesis minion, we're also getting the Martyr for mutants, which comes in with a Amplify token. So if we do not take care of this, we're actually looking at a base 3 attack on this villainous minion. When defeated, the defeating player discards the top 9 cards of their deck. This card right here makes me want to play White Fox. I really like his Nemesis set. Nice. It's a cool idea. Nice. Then we've got cool. It's the Acolytes. We got Fabian Cortez and Frenzy. Oh, that's cool. That is a really cool idea, Leroy. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome because we have the Acolytes is the recommended mod set in the Magneto villain, and so it looks like, he's kind of turned on. I assume that there is a lore reason why this is happening. White Fox and Digging Deep is a great idea. I think we may just try it first. It seems kind of fun. Fabian Cortez is 2/2 guard. When defeated, the defeating player discards the top 4 cards of their deck, hitting White Fox yet again. Frenzy, Quick Strike. After they attack you, discard the top 2 cards of your deck. There's a lot of discarding cards here. It's kind of fun. Then Angry Acolyte. Angry Acolyte there. When revealed, each Acolyte minion engaged with the player activates against that player. If no minions activate, discard until you get an Acolyte minion and reveal that minion. Yikes. Yeah, that's a nasty modular set right there. It is cool that they add minions for. Yeah, yeah. I'm really happy with the multiple minions in here. I think that's really, really cool. These are not elite, which is interesting. So Exodus is elite, but Fabian and Frenzy are not elite, so they can be wrapped in metal and everything. So that's cool. Wrapped in metal. Wrapped in metal does remove traits, and so if you have like Fabian wrapped in metal, it blanks the entire text box, meaning that the traits are blanked as well. I'm like 90% sure. So Angry Acolyte, you would have to discard again. There said he gave up on the cause to play nice with the enemy. The lore being that Acolytes believe Magneto betrayed him by working with the X-Men. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. The obligation is his need with his need is pretty nasty, yeah. I thought Fabian Cortez died when Meteor M fell. I have no idea. I have no idea. I am not the lore master here. But maybe. Wait. Fabian? Oh, Fabian. I feel like there's so much to be unwrapped in lore that I just haven't even uh scratched the surface. Wrapped in metal would be great against teamwork minions. Yeah. Yeah. It'll also be kind of interesting because you can play with acolytes, which are, leaning into the teamwork mechanism pretty heavily. And if you play this, you're going to be getting those more traded minions that do not have the teamwork. But if you have Fabian out and you flip uh another acolyte, I can just grab them, they're right here. So like if you grab Sinyaka would activate. Fabian wouldn't because, well, the new rules, but the teamwork here. But they would trigger each other because they both have the acolyte text. That's kind of cool. This is like an alt universe mags. Oh, got it. Yeah, that's cool. I'm really excited for this set. I'm really excited for this set. I'm gonna set these here. We're going to kind of consolidate power here. Reptim metal is nice against Garden Patrol. Oh yeah, because it does remove that. That's cool. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. And let's take a look at the other cards. So Magneto comes with a leadership pre-con. And so we will play a leadership game as our first game, and we're going to be trying to modify this a little bit. But we got M. M is our first leadership ally here. It's a 4-cost ally, pretty expensive. Really, just no rest for this cost curve in the pre-con. Got a 2/3/4, 2 consequential when M enters play. Defeat a minion with fewer remaining hit points than M. Cool. Team training does modify that. So if you have like a team training on the table or Uncanny X-Men where you're getting that additional health, M comes in and immediately has that health. And so with those two cards, she'd be at 6, which would take out pretty much any minion. This is not just non-elite. It is any minion. And it's remaining hit points. So if you have Dragon out there that has 10 health, you hit him for 6, you throw M down with a Uncanny X-Men, you're going to be fine. When I get mags later today, I think the first build is going to be Wrapped in Metal, Bring It. Yeah. Yeah. Can't wait to use his aspect defense for Ghost Fighter. Ooh, I'm excited. M looks great against heavy HP minions. Yeah. Yeah, M seems interesting. I need to grab my things, or my stickers. I was like, I knew I forgot a piece of my setup. It's my stickers. There's a misprint on Dev Focus. Nice. I thought I was about to sneeze. I like M. M's kind of expensive, but especially with Uncanny, M gets insane. We got Kid Omega, 2-cost. Really like the 2-cost here. 2/2/2, very great stat line. After he enters play, spend a lightning resource to deal 1 damage to an enemy or mental resource to remove 1 threat from his game. Seems insanely powerful. It's also psionic. M is also psionic, so Cerebro gets turned on there, so that's nice. But Kid Omega for 2 seems incredibly powerful. I guess it is not if you use a lightning resource to pay for them. I don't actually know how frequently I will use this ability. 1 for 1 is a little bit below the efficiency curve that I'm looking for. That being said, a 2/2/2 ally for 2 gets play. Like that'll see play even if you never trigger the response. But now if you have a plethora of resources and there's a 3 threat side scheme out there, you can just throw Kid Omega and he can take it out by himself. Then the lightning resources on the attack cards that do double damage to the dragon. In his kit? I don't think so. I think they're physical resources. Yeah, metal shards is physical. Seems perfect for Iron Man. His lightning hits his lightning on the middle. His genius can trigger. Yeah. Speaking of insane, Kid Omega is really good. I mean, it's each enemy or oh, that's way better. Yeah, thank you, Leroy. Yes. Okay, so it's deal 1 damage to each enemy or spend a mental resource to remove 1 threat from each scheme. Yeah, that's a really good card. Can you play it without spending a resource for the effect? Yes, you can. So it's not a forced response. It is just a response, meaning that you can choose to trigger it or not. Kid Omega likes fighting drones. Heck yeah. Dude, that's insane. That's really solid. We got Phoenix. We got Jean Grey here. 3 cost, 2/1/3. After Phoenix enters play, choose an X-Men ally, ready that ally, and heal 1 damage from it. Very cool. Phoenix seems pretty good for a 3/2 thwart. I do like that. We're probably honestly we may just run an uncanny build here and just go insane, go ballistic. But Phoenix, that's it's pretty solid. But I think this is the one that we're really excited for is Cyclops. Cyclops is the 3 cost 2/2/2 ally. After Cyclops enters play, choose an enemy until the end of the phase. Increase the amount of damage that enemy takes from each attack by 1. Now, this stacks. So if you're able to get Cyclops entering play multiple times, whether that be through a rapid response, through playing him, readying him, make the call, all of that, those extra instances of damage do stack. So if you play Cyclops in your hand, now you're attacking for 3. Or you command team attack him for 3 again, rapid response him. On the next attack, he's attacking for 4. Very fun. That is something that I think will be fun to build around. Kind of that recursion of Cyclops just to kind of just decimate for a final turn. Seems really good. Cyclops and War Machine will be friends. Yeah, because the shoulder cannon. Ooh, okay, that may be a 2-handed play that I do. Is Cyclops or whatever I float like a butterfly and War Machine, like a 2-handed. Because if then your shoulder cannon is going off for like 3. Oh my gosh, that seems insanely fun. Yeah, 100%. It's not even X-Men. None of these are X-Men locked. You just play them. Oh, I wanted to do float like a butterfly on top of Cyclops. So, or on top of on top of Cyclops. So you would need a Justice card in there somehow. But this is, yeah, and honestly, just like a great stat line too. It's effectively a 2/3/2 because if you attack the enemy that you choose for the Cyclops ability, dealing 3 damage. So I mean, honestly, really solid ally. Those I think are the allies. Yeah, really great ally lineup. Make the mistake of pre-ordering Magneto in the new Marvel Legendary Weapon X expansion. Now they won't ship until a weapon. Oh no! Oh, that's sad. Cyclops and Phoenix blue ally seem better than the signature ally. Yeah, right? Oh yeah, 100% I agree with you there. Yeah. Yeah. Dang. That's cool. You got a Won't Stay Down. Say 1 cost, supports play only if your identity has the X-Force or X-Men trait. Discard this card, return an X-Force or X-Men ally from your discard pile to your hand. This is an alter ego action. I like it. It's not going to be something, it's not a game-breaking card that goes in every single deck, which is not what I want any of this to be. But I do like the any recursion is good, right? Any ally recursion is very solid. It is kind of funny that you have to play this in hero form and then flip down to use it. Like, you cannot play this in alter ego unless you have like an honorary X-Men or an X-Force recruit to give you that trait while you're in alter ego. So you do have to be in hero form, then flip down to use it. This is max 1 per player as well. I probably would see myself running 1 of these and then using it for kind of that final push for a Cyclops pull so I can drop him or something like that. Isn't it just worse than MedLab? No, I don't think so. I think they're different. MedLab, you have to take them out by not attacks. And so, like, won't stay down. They just have to be in your discard pile. So if Magneto has discarded them through, like, his magnetic pull ability, you can use won't stay down to pull them back. Whereas MedLab, you have to... I think it's... I don't think it has to be consequential damage, but that is the easiest way, and that is to get them under MedLab because they can't chump block with MedLab. Spider-Woman can play both float and stop. Yeah. Could help with caught off guard. Yep, that's true. MedLab, you don't have to play... I think you don't have to play the ally again. Alrighty, here we go. This is where some of the exciting blue cards... Well, I'm not going to say that because I think we have seen a lot of exciting blue cards, but continues. How about that? This is where the exciting blue cards continue. We got squared off. Discard cards from the encounter deck until you discard a minion. We get to put that minion into play, engage with you, put it into play, not reveal it. Important there. Play an ally from your hand, reducing its cost by 3. So this is leaning into kind of the types of cards that we have seen in, you know, the last couple packs, where we're summoning minions for effects. Squared off, I think, can be a good card. I think it's not as good as I want it to be because you have to have squared off and the ally in your hand, and then you have to be able to deal with the minion. There has to be a minion in the deck. There's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts. This is effectively another double, the way that you can look at it, because you're spending this card to reduce it by 3. So you're effectively spending this card, getting a 3 cost reduction. But because you lost this card, it's really a 2 cost reduction. So you're reducing the cost of the ally by 2. So it's effectively another double. So it's that's kind of cool. It is a tactic. That's very true, Chicken. So it is a tactic. So Cyclops will love this because we can go grab it. Cyclops, thank goodness Cyclops finally got a buff. Finally. Here we are. Isn't it a triple? You spend 1 card for 3 resources. Yeah. I'm trying to think. It's very similar to meditation. But you're also spending 1 card for 3 resources. Yeah. So yeah. It is. Then you get the minion as well. It's interesting. I'm definitely gonna try it. It's, I guess, like, with won't stay down, you can get it lined up pretty easily because you can guarantee that there's an ally in your hand. So that's it's definitely meant to synergize with M. Are you talking about Asteroid M? Oh, the ally. Oh, I see what you're saying. Defeat a minion. Oh, yeah. That's cool. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. You got Noble Sacrifice. It's a minion with 3 health. Boom, dead. Nice. Noble Sacrifice. Another tactic. Hero action. Discard an ally you control. Heal damage from your hero equal to the ally's printed hit points and give your hero a tough status card. I like it. Noble Sacrifice. If you Noble Sacrifice M, you're healing for 4, getting a tough. What I like about Noble Sacrifice is that you can line it up so that it effectively is using that last activation as a chump block. You do not have to exhaust the ally, which I think is really cool here. So if you have Kid Omega out, or M out, they have 2 health left. You use them to thwart. They have 1 health, so you're going to chump block with them next turn. You can Noble Sacrifice, heal 4 damage, and also get that chump block with the tough. I also think a Cyclops deck is going to be really interesting with Noble Sacrifice. Well, maybe not. Cyclops very rarely takes, or not Cyclops, I'm sorry, Colossus. Colossus very rarely takes damage, but I mean, tough status cards, I always like tough status cards. It is a 2 cost. Yeah, so I don't, yeah, that's interesting. Guardian Leadership with Groot is, ooh. That's cool. I've been loving playing Noble Sacrifice with Web Warrior allies. That's amazing. I love that self-destruct. That's amazing. With US Soldier is 5 heal plus tough. That's cool. And it is printed hit points, not remaining hit points, which I think is important. It's a triple resource card. Since you have a resource card in your hand, instead of squared off, you wouldn't be able to play. Yeah. I think it is a triple. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. You got this. After you exhaust your hero to make a basic thwart or attack, discard an ally you control. Add that ally's matching power to your heroes. Ready your hero. Another tactic card. After you exhaust your hero to make a basic attack or thwart, discard an ally you control. Add that ally's matching power to your hero's power for this use. Ready your hero. I don't think that this is a card that is super exciting outside of specific deck builds. There are cards where this is going to be, or there are deck builds where this is going to be amazing. I'm thinking Drax, once he has D-Thweet, you're going to be able to just attack, ready. Anybody who likes to ready an attack, Iceman is going to be really fun with this because you get to add more Frostbites out there. Drax, yeah, more leadership buffs. Trying to think, who else likes to attack? Who else likes to basic attack? I guess anybody with like a really high attack, X23 is going to be pretty fun with. You got this. Yeah, Alter, good call there. My crazier is Kid Omega really good. Kid Omega is really, really good. Yes. No, you're not crazy. Kid Omega is fantastic. I do like that I like you got this in terms of like a interesting deck building card. I think it'll be fun. I've got new recruits. I'm familiar with this one. You can cook up some big numbers with Spider Woman. Oh yeah. Another free ready for Quicksilver. Yep. And get that friction resistance on the table. Yes, let's go. New recruits is a 0 cost side scheme. Play only if you have the X-Men trait. When defeated, each player chooses one set aside new X-Men ally and adds it to their hand. Comes with 2 threats. Ghost Spider throwing away Hobie is what I'm looking for. Ghost Spider, yeah, Ghost Spider is gonna be really good because it's a response. That's cool. That's really cool. Is that who was saying Ghost Spider earlier? I don't think I quite put all the pieces together um of what they are, but or what we were talking about with you got this and Ghost Spider. But I do really like that. I really like the design of new recruits. I like new recruits as well. We're getting a new ally. There are 4 of them. We've got Surge. Surge is a 2 cost ally, and the allies do go to your hand, so you will have to pay them. But we got a 2 cost ally. That was you too. Okay, sweet. Yeah. Okay, I get it now. I get it now. I love it. That's awesome. I wasn't 100% sure exactly what we were talking about, but nice. Very good call. Very good call. Blade is a great ally for these new event cards. Oh yeah. Yeah, because it's just a 1 cost. That's cool. Surge is one of the cards you can choose once you do take out new recruits. This is 2/2/2. If you have the mutant or X-Men trait, we get +1 attack and does not account towards your ally limit. We've got, dang it, I've convinced myself it's a null, a noli. Sirs, draw an encounter card. Yes, 100%. If you have the mutant or X-Men trait, you get +1 thwart and does not count against your ally limit. It's a 2/2/2/2. Yeah, so this name is so funny because I had people tell me, because I was struggling saying struggling this guy's name in my reveal video. My reveal video were these allies, and I had people say that though I saying that Anole or Anoli, both of them were correct. I had people saying both pronunciations were correct, and so I'm just lost at this point. We're gonna call him Anal. No, that sounds weird. Never mind, we're not gonna do that. Uh, I think it's Anoli. Anole? I don't know. Who knows? Next we got Bling. I do like Bling because Bling is the same stat line, but if you have the mutant or X-Men trait, gains toughness. Pause. Gains toughness and does not count against your limit. And then Indira is +2 hit points, so it's a 2/4, which is pretty sweet. So I do like these. I think that I talked a little bit about it in the video that, you know, new recruits would be a fun like first draw for Cable, because you can put it into play. So you get around the when played trait for Cable. Bling is also the first hero with punctuation. Oh, cool. With the exclamation mark. That's fun. So, and then a 2 thwart, really easy to take it out. So I like the new recruits as a first draw for Cable. To figure out how I'm going to store these, I guess I will put them in sleeves because they will go into your deck. With like the specialized cards, which are the other linked cards that we have, I just have them non-sleeved because they never really make it into your deck. They can if you like get caught off guard or whatever, but I think I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna sticker these guys up. Go purple, I guess. Do you think you can build a deck exclusively with player side schemes for Cable? I don't think that there are enough, because you would need 25 player side schemes. I don't think we have 25 player side schemes. We have 3 basic and I think 3 aspect, and then live dangerously. So it'd be 15, 16. So we would be missing 9 cards, I think. Also, some of them would be near useless. Yeah. Because we would need an ally for coffer backup and stuff like that. Is this beginning power creep in Marvel Champions, or is this just a strong pack? I don't know. Are we talking about cards in terms of like the back of the aspect card power creep, or Magneto? Because I'm not 100% sure that Magneto is power crept. He is very, very expensive. He's very powerful, but also all of his cards are 2 cost or more, except for 2 of them. So, so I'm not 100% sure Magneto is as efficiently powerful as to make him like an S tier. The leadership cards are great, yeah. You add all the resources you can then? I think you can. I don't think it'd be super effective though. Like excluding Maria and Nick, all old allies are worse than the new ones. I mean, I think Ironheart is still very, very good. I think Iron Man is still really good. Iron Fist is really good. I do think that there are some allies that are better. I think Kid Omega is one of the best allies that I've seen in a long, long time. But yeah. What can you do is build a round for Bishop exclusively out of resource cards. If you go with leadership, it's stupid, but not as bad as you. Oh, really? That's fun. That's pretty fun. Between his helmet and the X-Jet, he can pay for his cards easily. That is true, but you have to get the helmet and the X-Jet on the table, right? So you're looking at 7 resources before you can pay for cards. And so that's just a really slow start. And so I think where Magneto will struggle is that are those expert villains that hit him fast and soon. I think that's where he's going to really, really struggle. Protection Nova is brilliant on the right deck, I think. I like Protection Nova with Repurpose. Heck yeah. those are the leadership cards we got. Huge fan of the leadership stuff. Very excited about this. I'm excited to the mess. This cost curve is not that impactful. Oh, cool. That's nice. That'll be fun. We got White Queen. This is another Psionic card. All of our except for Cyclops, all of our allies, Cyclops are the new allies, are Psionic, which is kind of cool. We got White Queen. This is a 2/1/3. Play only if your identity has the X-Force or X-Men trait. After White Queen enters play, discard a status card from a character. That's cool. That's very cool. Nice. Okay. I like White Queen. I think White Queen is pretty cool. Play only if you have the X-Force or the X-Men trait. We got Face the Past. Here we go. I think this is really cool. Face the Past. Max 1 per deck. Search the encounter deck, discard pile, and set aside area for your Nemesis minion and reveal it. Ready your hero and draw 3 cards. You cannot attack the villain in his face. Remove this card from the game. I like this card a lot. I think this is a really fun card. There are going to be cards, or there are going to be heroes where you do not want to play this card. I'm looking at you, Valkyrie. But, well, I guess actually Valkyrie is not bad. Because the worst part about Valkyrie's Nemesis set is the combo of the Nemesis minion and the side scheme hitting at the same time. So honestly, this may be a really good card for Valkyrie if you're able to pull out the Nemesis minion. Yeah. I love the fact that they gave this card to D20 to preview. Yeah. That's interesting. I like this a lot. How many minions do you need to play when you play this with Venom? I don't know. I actually don't know how that would be ruled. Just looking forward to beating up Loki anytime I want as Thor. Oh, Thor's gonna love this. I think this is gonna be an amazing Thor card. All of them you do. Doesn't Enchantress give you a Seduced? I don't have it next to me. Maybe. But the she can't when it's not in the deck. No, I think if Enchantress gives you a Seduced, it would say you're set aside because Enchantress it would be the first thing that comes into play. You got our Protection Def Focus. So I think this was the misprint that we were alluding to earlier. If you look at the bottom right corner of this card, it does say Protection, which is pretty fun. But Def Focus, we like Def Focus. So you cannot attack anyone. Yeah, so I'd have to look and see how that lines up and if that would work. Thor's gonna love it. Wasp is gonna love it. You do reveal the minion, so you do have to get around that somehow, but Strength Energy Genius. Then we have the back of the cards pack. What a strange choice in all art for Def Focus. Yeah, it is. It is an interesting choice of art. Huh. I am happy that we got a reprint of Def Focus, meaning that we don't have to buy Galaxy's Most Wanted to get that card. But Def Focus is a staple in a lot of heroes. It isn't as dynamic as I like all the X-Men superpowers. Yeah. Let's go great protection cards. Yeah. We got Children of the Atom. This card is going to be really fun to build around. Play under any player's control, so 1-cost support. Each X-Factor, X-Force, and X-Men character you control gains the X-Factor, X-Force, and X-Men trait. So, amazing. Really, really cool. Just so much potential here. So many like cool things that you can do with Children of the Atom. Uncanny being the least of them. But then you get opened up into all the X-Force, X-Factor. Machine Man, or Multiple Man. Oh, shoot, hold on. Is Multiple Man X-Factor? I think he is. Oh, that's going to be a fun little build. You go multiple man for X Factor, giving them the X-Men trait. Seems kind of fun. I've been wanting that. I love Children of the Atom card. Very fun way to wrap up the mutant wave. Yeah. Yeah. It's so good. X-23 and Children of the Atom. Yeah, because X-23, it's not just your allies that get those traits. X-23 gets those traits as well. And so you can give X-23 the X-Men trait where Honey Badger has the X-Men trait. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Finally, X Factor allies get support. It's more of a buff to X Force than it is X Men. 100%. 100%. Yeah. That's so cool. That's so cool. Multiple men and one of them gets protective training for free. Oh, protective training. That's fun. That's really fun. Is there only one face to pass in the deck? Yes, because it's max one per deck. You can only have one in your deck. So that it is only that. I'm really happy with this precon. I think this is a really, really fun precon. There's a couple modifications that we're gonna do, but I think that these are a lot of fun blue toys for us. We do get a modular set. I love it when they put modular sets in the back of these packs. I prefer the modular sets, I think, to the player cards most of the time. So let's take a look at Hellfire. Cut some depth focus, won't stay downs, and you're cooking. Yeah. So we got Sebastian Shaw. This is a Hellfire minion. 1/2/5, toughness, villainous, gross. After Sebastian Shaw is attacked, give him a face down boost card. He cannot be attacked again this phase. Wow. Oh, that's so annoying that he has toughness too. Hey Trapid, how's it going? I think he will be a good solo hero, yeah. Children of the Atom doesn't work for things like To Me My X-Men though, right? Because it doesn't apply to cards that are in play. Correct, yes. Kevin Bacon. I'm gonna build him an aggression as soon as I get, yeah, his aggression build seems really fun. Time to wrap him in metal. Yes. He is not an elite minion, so 100,000% wrap him up. Wrap him up. I got Celine. This is a Hellfire 1/1/4. Quick Strike Villainous. Allies cannot attack Celine. That's kind of interesting. I don't think that's a huge detriment, but it's kind of annoying. As a boost card, you have to discard an ally you control. That is huge. That is a horrendous boost effect. So discard an ally you control. If you are chump blocking with your only ally, the boost effect happens first. You discard that ally which you are chump blocking with. You lose that ally. The attack becomes undefended. That can be brutal. Someone throw Celine into Venom and have fun. Let me know. Let me know how it goes. That seems intense. We got a Hellfire pawn. We've seen these in kitties. So guard, patrol, surge, 1/2. I like how they put the patrol wording on here. Do they still put patrol wording on here? Or is it just this Hellfire pawn for some reason? Got the Inner Circle. When revealed, place 2 additional threat for each Hellfire card in play. Amplify. I just heard Nelson give his next member requested game. Oh, yeah? Oh, jeez. That's going to be brutal. Another use for the van that comes in Maria's Hills cards. Protect your allies. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. That's a good call. Because Hellfire Pawn was back in Mutant Genesis when... Oh, yeah. And they just reprinted it. And they just redid it. Mixing this mod set with White Queen Nemesis sounds cool. Yeah, it really does. And then when the last card here is Power and Decadence. When revealed, give the villain a tough status card. Give this card to the villain as a face down boost card. I love that design. I have not read the boost, but I really like that idea. After this enemy activation, the attacking enemy activates against you again. Do not give it a boost card for that activation. That's a cool card. I don't like the card, but it's a cool card. You know it's coming. Unless you just draw it as a standard boost card, in which case you could be in a lot of trouble. I like it though. I think that's really interesting. I like the design space of Power and Decadence. I think that I like it when you get it as a win revealed, because you know that we're getting attacked twice, but it's not going to be boosted. That's cool. That's really interesting. I like that a lot. Alrighty, so that is the Magneto hero pack. Really cool stuff. I'm very, very happy with the pack. What we're gonna do now is we're going to build a modified. Wow, I'm making up words now, so that's pretty fun. Such a cool thematic encounter set. Yeah. What happens when you're playing Shadowcat if you have White Queen and you draw Shadows of the Past? Does the two White Queens? No, so White Queen at that point cannot interplay, and Shadows of the Past would surge. I believe you would still do all the other parts of Shadow of the Past. It's kind of like worst case scenario, I think. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a modified precon, and then we're going to fight a villain for our very first game with Magneto. So I am really excited for that. I'm gonna go get a refill on my coffee. I'm gonna come back, not too long at all, and we're gonna get a game in. I will see you all very, very soon.